The rain was coming down in sheets, blurring the city lights into a watercolor painting on the window. Inside the cozy cafe, Bibby snuggled deeper into her oversized sweater, sipping her hot chocolate. Across from her, Alice traced patterns on the tabletop, her brow furrowed in thought. It had been a week since their last date, a week since they'd admitted their feelings for each other, and Alice still wasn't sure how she felt about it. It all started 3 months ago. Alice had been feeling lost. Her art wasn't inspiring her, and her friends weren't listening to her. Then she met Bibby. Bibby was everything Alice wasn't. Where Alice was quiet, Bibby was bubbly. Where Alice struggled to express herself, Bibby spoke volumes with a smile. Yet somehow they clicked. They spent hours talking, laughing, and sharing their dreams. And as the weeks passed, Alice found herself falling for Bibby hard. Then came the day of the school dance. Alice had been dreading it. All the forced smiles and polite conversations. But then Bibby asked her to go with her. Suddenly, the dance didn't seem so bad. In fact, it was kind of fun. As they twirled around the dance floor, Alice couldn't help but steal glances at Bibby. Her eyes sparkled like the disco ball above them. Her laughter rang like music in Alice's ears. And for the first time in a long time, Alice felt truly happy. After the dance, they walked home together, the silence comfortable. When they reached Alice's house, she turned to Bibby. "Thank you," she whispered. "For what?" Bibby asked, tilting her head. "For making me feel alive." Before Bibby could reply, Alice leaned in and kissed her. The kiss was soft, tentative, and Bibby responded with a shy smile. They broke apart, cheeks flushed, and that's when they both knew they weren't just friends. But since that night, Alice had been struggling. She liked Bibby, she really did. But what did that mean? Could she really leave her old life behind? Her friends, her family, her art? Wouldn't she lose herself in the process? Looking at Bibby now, her friend, her confidant, the girl who made her laugh, Alice felt a pang of sadness. What if this feeling went away? What if she hurt Bibby? Afraid to admit her fears, Alice had pushed Bibby away, burying herself in work. But Bibby, bless her oblivious soul, hadn't seemed to notice. "Alice," Bebe asked suddenly, breaking the silence, "why are we even here if you're not going to enjoy it?" Alice jumped, startled by Bibby's question. She stammered. She glanced down at her sketchbook. "I thought we could do some art." "Oh," Bibby said, disappointment evident in her tone. "Okay," she replied quietly, standing up. "Maybe another time." As Bibby walked away, Alice felt a wave of guilt wash over her. How could she do this to her best friend? Was she really willing to risk their relationship over her own insecurities? When Bibby left, Alice took a deep breath and opened her sketchbook. But nothing looked right. The colors seemed dull, the lines blurred. Frustrated, she slammed the book shut. She needed to get out of there. Making her way to the door, she bumped into Bibby, who was returning with 2 hot chocolates. "Here," Bibby said, handing one to Alice. "I got you that extra marshmallows." Alice took the drink, her throat tight. "Thanks," she whispered. She sipped the hot chocolate, the warmth spreading through her chest. It was good, really good. "Are you sure you don't want to stay?" Bibby asked tentatively. Alice shook her head. "I need to get home," she lied. Alice rushed home, tears threatening to spill. Once inside, she threw herself onto her bed, burying her face in her pillow. What was she doing? How could she be so selfish? She loved Bibi. She knew she did. Then why was she afraid to admit it? Afraid to embrace the possibility of a future with her. As the days passed, Alice found herself torn. She wanted to be with Bibi, but at the same time, she was terrified. She pushed Bibi away, hoping the distance would lessen the pain. But all it did was make her miss Bibi even more. Then one day, while walking home from school, Alice stopped in her tracks. She had an idea. Maybe she couldn't escape her feelings for Bibi, but maybe, just maybe, she could learn to embrace them. Taking a deep breath, she turned around and started walking back towards Bibi's house. When she knocked on the door, Bibi opened it, her eyes lighting up at the sight of Alice. "Hey," Alice said, a small smile playing on her lips. "Want to hang out tomorrow?" Bibi's smile widened. "Really?" "Yeah," Alice said, her cheeks flushing slightly. I was thinking we could go to that new cafe you told me about, the one with the outdoor seating and the amazing pastries." "Oh, yeah," Bibi said, her eyes sparkling. "I'd like that." Alice's heart raced as she realized how close they were to admitting their feelings for each other. She could feel the tension in the air, the unspoken emotions hanging between them like a half-written confession. The next day, they met at the cafe. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee and sweet pastries filled the air as they sat down at a small table outside. Bibi's eyes sparkled with excitement. "I've been wanting to come here for ages," she said, her gaze lingering on a display of colorful. Alice smiled, her heart warming at the sight of Bibi's enthusiasm. It was contagious. As they talked, the conversation flowed easily between them. They discussed their dreams, their fears, their hopes for the future. Alice found herself opening up to Bibi in a way she never had before. She shared her worries about changing schools, about fitting in, about finding her place in the world. Bibi listened attentively, offering words of encouragement and understanding. And then it happened. As they laughed over a shared joke, Alice noticed a ladybug perched on Bibi's finger. Startled, Bibi swatted at it, and the insect flew away. Alice reached out to grab Bibi's hand, her fingers lingering on Bibi's soft skin. For a moment, all they could do was stare at each other, the weight of unspoken emotions pressing down on them. "Alice," Bibi whispered, her eyes searching Alice's. "What are we?" Alice's heart pounded in her chest. She knew what she felt, but she couldn't be sure if Bibi felt the same way. She stammered, unsure how to begin, but before she could speak, Bibi leaned in and kissed her. It was a gentle touch, a question more than a statement. And Alice, with a trembling heart, answered. She deepened the kiss, pouring all her pent-up feelings into it. They pulled away, breathless, and Bibi's eyes widened in surprise. "Do you?" she started, but Alice silenced her with another kiss. When they finally broke apart, Bibi was smiling, tears brimming in her eyes. "I've wanted to do that for so long," she whispered. Alice chuckled, wiping away Bibi's tears. "Me too." As the days turned into weeks, their love story blossomed. They explored hidden cafes, starlit rooftops, and quiet bookstores together. There were moments of doubt, of course, times when old insecurities threatened to pull them apart, but their love, nurtured by honesty and trust, only grew stronger. One evening, curled up on Bibi's bed with a stack of manga, Alice realized how lucky she was. Not just because she had found love, but because she had found someone who loved her for who she was, flaws and all. Looking over at Bibi, fast asleep with a smile on her face, Alice knew she wouldn't trade this for the world. Her art may not have been inspiring her lately, but Bibi, her love that inspired her every single day. As the sun peeked through the curtains, bathing the room in a soft, golden light, Alice leaned over and kissed Bibi's forehead. The kiss lingered, a silent promise of forever. Because in that small, cozy room, surrounded by the remnants of their laughter and dreams, they had built something real, something beautiful, something that whispered of endless possibilities and a love that defied definition.